G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have so much to talk about. We just had a massive update that, while not having the huge map changes we were hoping for, Coral Castle is still there. We did get some pretty decent map changes that not too many people are talking about. So if you're going to be playing in tournaments over the next few days or arena, you're going to want to pay attention. There's a few drop spots that got pretty massive buffs that I want to let you guys know about. We also had the massive announcement that Bugha is getting his own Icon series skin. Super deserved. I love that Epic's doing this, and they're attaching a massive tournament and arena game mode to it. If you guys haven't seen, the prize pool for this tournament is ridiculous. So ridiculous, I have to think this is a visual glitch, because on all the displays it says $100,000 prize pool, but if you look at EU's prize pool right now alone, surely this is wrong. But I'm going to break down everything you guys need to know about the tournament, the official rules, the scoring system, literally anything you guys could want if you're confused. Also, we had the trio cash cups today. We can't forget about that. We had some ridiculous performances. Hen, Janice, and Chapvix proving that they are pretty much undisputably the best trio in the world right now. But we also had performances from teams like Mongraal, with a brand new team placing in money yet again on EU and just missing out on money on NAE. So Mongraal is very much back to stay. Also going to talk about a bunch of stuff that happened on the NA Cash Cups. NA West got delayed for this update. There's a lot to cover. Let's just jump into it. Let's start off talking about this Bugha Icon series skin and the tournament. First off, obviously, what everyone's opinion should be, this is a huge announcement for Bugha. I'm so happy for him. When he went live for the stream, he did his 24-hour reveal. He went live and he was telling the story about how his origins of gaming and how he grew up gaming, and now he has a skin in his favorite game. I feel like, of course, because it was Twitch chat, kids were spamming L's. They were telling him to hurry up. It really did kind of dampen the mood a little bit for me. You could see how much it meant to Bugha, but honestly, this is such a big deal. Getting your skin in Fortnite is insane, and we've had information that in the past I've talked to people who have actually got their Icon series skins. This stuff is in the works for like a year and a half, 2 years sometimes, so I'm pretty sure this has been in the works since like right after World Cup. But not only is it the skin, which I love, by the way, I mean, I was sold on the skin and I liked it, but when I saw Zoe in the back bling in the cup, that is just such a nice touch, and it made me so happy. I love this skin. I'm super happy for Bugha, but the way they're doing it is awesome. They're teeing it up with an arena game mode and a tournament. So this isn't just an Icon series skin. It's an Icon series skin for the first competitive player, for the World Cup winner. I know what you guys are going to say, Ninja's a comp player. Like, I get that, but I mean, like, Bugha won World Cup. Like, this is the first skin for a comp player, and this tournament looks ridiculous. I showed you guys a snapshot of the EU prize pool. I'm guessing this is going to be a glitch. Don't get too excited. If you look at the official rules, it's 1/3 of this. So I think what they've done is tripled it in the display in the compete tab by accident, because whenever you look at the official rules, especially when it comes to trios, like go look at trio FNCS, the prize money is always per team, not per player. So I don't think it's going to be this high. Also, if you look at the graphic itself, it says $100,000 prize pool. If you add up the prize pools as they've been displayed now across the regions, it is just almost $500,000, I think. So I have to think this is wrong, but either way, still a huge tournament. And I want to break down what you guys need to know about it. It is going to be played on this new arena game mode. Now, I was hoping that when I logged in today from the update, because I've stayed up late for it, it's pretty late for me, I thought I'd be able to play it. Unfortunately, some people seem to have it displayed, but they can't play it yet. Maybe by the time you watch this video, it might be out, but my editor's usually pretty quick, so I'm guessing not. As soon as I can play the game mode, I'll give you guys an update and make another video on that. I think it has really high potential. What we do know is it's going to be trios, so is the tournament. It's going to be an arena game mode where you have to get to a certain amount of points in that game mode to participate in the tournament coming up. So it's not just like your arena points from normal hype carryover. This has its own hype level and its own arena, which is super cool. They could like do this with a 1v1 realistic game mode in the future. They could do like box fights like they've done, but maybe a better map. So this leaves a lot of potential for future creative game modes like this to have their own built-in arena system in the game, which I think is absolutely fantastic. This game mode specifically is supposed to simulate endgame. Bugha talked about how it's going to start at 4th zone. You're going to spawn in a random spot on the map in that 4th zone. You're going to have a randomized loadout with a good amount of material, and that's just it. you play for endgame. It's basically what people have been asking for such a long time. It's what Zone Wars tries to replicate, but it never feels the same. This is going to take place on the actual Fortnite map. So this is like really, really good practice. And I'm assuming, like all arena game modes, you can run customs on this. So I might actually be running some customs from this on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Aussie Antics when I go live tomorrow or today when you watch this video. So I mean, if you want to swing by and see, I'll hopefully be trying the game mode out, seeing if it's any good. But right now it looks pretty fantastic. So that is the game mode the arena is going to, the tournament's going to take place in. Let's look at the actual tournament rules. As always, with all of the official rules, the link will be in the description down below if you want to read it yourself, but I've got you covered. Don't worry. You guys don't have to go check yourself if you don't want to. So, when is this taking place? It's taking place on the 29th. Both rounds will be on the same day. So, it's taking place on the 29th in every single region as far as I can see. They have taken it out of the compete tab since I started recording this video, which makes me extra sure that that prize money was a visual glitch, but still, the official rules are there. So, let's cover that. So, it's going to take place on the 29th, so it's in a little bit over a week's time. Like I already said, you're going to have to rank in Champions Division in this specific arena game mode. So your 6,000 points or more in normal arena won't count. You need to play this game mode and get Champions Division. So if you look at the way it works, you only have to get 1,500 hype though to get into Champions Division 1. So it's not going to be that hard, I imagine. Shouldn't take people too long. You've got about a week to do it. I think it should be pretty manageable. It's going to be trios. It's 2 rounds, like I said, on the same day, 10 games, 2 hours each. Obviously, you're spawning in at 4th zone, so it doesn't go for the entire 3 hours. You only have that 2 hours to get your 10 games in. The round 1 is open to any trio that gets Champions Division in each region. To get to round 2, though, you'll need to get top 900 if you're EU and NA East, top 600 if you're NA West and Brazil, and then top 300 if you're Middle East, Asia, and OCE. Now, looking at the placement format, this one's interesting for me because, again, without the game mode in the game, and I was listening to Bugha's stream, I went back through the VODs, I don't know if we had any mention of how many players are in each lobby. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to guess it's not 100 players. If we're spawning in to 4th zone with 100 players, I think we're going to have some issues. So I'm imagining it's probably going to be half a lobby, but if you look at the placement points, you start getting placement at 17th, which makes me actually think that might be the amount of players that start in a lobby, because that would be half the players alive. That's 17 teams, times that by 3, quick math, 7, 14, 21, that's 51 players, which when it's 4th zone, that's a good lobby. That's what most people would consider endgame. That's endgame enough to be stacked. It's not going to be active Storm Surge off the bat. This is 4th zone, so the zone before half-half. If there's more than 50 alive at half-half, we get Storm Surge. So honestly, I think that's a really good amount. I think that's how many teams it's going to start with. I could be wrong. It could be a little bit more, but I don't see it being 100 or 99 player lobbies. If you look at the format, it's 70 points for a victory royale and 3 points for an elimination for round 1. Round 2, they've made the eliminations worth a little bit more, 4 points per elim, but the rest of the placement's the same. And this is something Epic's doing a lot at the moment. They like having the final round eliminations worth more. I think making it 3 versus 4 is not too much. It's a good amount. If you look at the actual victory royale being worth 70, it means really you're wiping over 20 players. You pretty much have to take out over 20 players to get a victory royale, 23 to be exact. So in trios, that's pretty good. It's pretty placement heavy, especially when you are spawning right into endgame. You're going to be able to get easier placements. You have that big jump up from 2nd to 1st, that extra 14 points. So they're really making the victory royale feel like a lot. When you're only getting 8 points extra to go from 3rd to 2nd, having 14 points from 2nd to 1st, it is very, very victory royale heavy. And again, I like that. I think it's a fantastic point format. Bugha has clearly had some input in this because it's looking really, really good. Now, looking at the prize pool, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. I hope the official rules is wrong and just the display in game is wrong. If the official rules is right, it's going to be per trio, which is what I'm guessing. So EU, first place trio will get 14,000, second 6,500, third 4,000, fourth 3,000, fifth 2,500, and 6th to 10th 2,000. The first thing I'm noticing looking at all the regions is even if this changes, it is very top heavy. The win is rewarded incredibly heavily. heavily. In every region, it looks like the win is double second, which I really like as a format. I think that's really cool. It is making the win feel super significant. And overall, again, if the banner is something to go off the display, which I'm imagining it is because that is everywhere for the Icon Series skins, the prize pool total across every region is going to be around $100,000. The prize pool that I tweeted out when it first went live on the compete tab, I'll get my editor to put it up on the screen. That is ridiculous. That is almost no chance we see that. If you just look at OCE, for example, 5th place in OCE on this scoring format is getting more than the entire solo Cash Cup prize pool for OCE. For 5th place. I just don't see that. I just don't think that is right. People got really excited. I got really excited, but I'm assuming when I wake up tomorrow morning, you guys will be telling me in the comments, they changed it, it was wrong. But again, I guess we'll see. But the prizing's there. It looks like I'm guessing the official rules is right and in-game display is wrong. But at this point, I have no clue because the in-game is very different to, it's not just triple of what the official rules is. So I can't quite figure out what's going on there. All right, that's enough about Bugha's Icon Series skins, the tournament, all that. I'm super excited, but we did get an update today. And now a lot of people, myself included, were hoping this was going to be major. I'm not going to say I thought it was going to be major because at this point, I've kind of given up hope that we're going to get a major map-changing update this season. The only reason why I got excited was they moved NA West Cash Cup early, 2.5 hours last minute. I think they gave NA West like a few hours notice. They moved it earlier. They turned off Arena 4 hours before the downtime. It was like a 3-hour downtime. So I'm thinking like, this is the update. Coral is going to be nuked. The map is going to change. Aliens, like, let's go. Not really. We did get some changes though, and I want to go through those changes. So we did get the new cow inflatable item back into arena, which is cool. Like I said, I think this actually is a good arena and competitive item. I just think it is pretty balanced. You shoot it once, it breaks, you take fall damage. Yes, it's good for rotating if used right, but if you use it wrong, you're gonna die. So I think it's a good item. I'm excited to play around with it. We also had the fact that a couple of POIs around the map have changed a little bit. I'm not gonna say it's crazy, but my favorite solo drop on the map, I'm sorry if I'm leaking this, again, it is one of the best solo drops on the map. The center of the map, right next to the big crater in the map, there is 2 IO chests and there was an IO car. Already, that was insane. Quite often, I get an AR, a shotgun, full shields, and I'm just chilling. You've also got like 4 chests around it with max brick and a whole bunch of other material. They have now added a launch pad on that drop spot as well. So until people figure out about this, and don't come at me in the comments, I'm just not that popular over YouTube. If everyone starts dropping there, don't come looking at me. My videos get what, like 80, 100K, which I am super happy of. I'm super proud of. I love you guys. Thank you. But if you get 10 kids dropping on your head, it's just not because of me. We've got 7 regions. We got so many different time zones, everything else. There is no way you are running into lots of people watching my videos. So hopefully this drop stays low key for a bit longer. But I imagine if one of the bigger boys like Jerry or everyone starts talking about it, it will be even stronger. But hey, farm your arena points while you can now. Also, there is a new AI at Coral. Now, this has me excited because this is looking like it's gonna blow something up. Like, this is looking like we are finally getting the Coral that we wanted. I'm seeing an AI, which is an alien. I'm seeing like some cool thing behind it that looks almost like a time bomb, something. Aliens are doing something to Coral, please. Leakers have been telling us for ages. It makes sense, just nuke Coral. It's nothing against Coral. Coral's a good drop. I just want some map changes, and I'm sick of seeing Coral. So I'm really hoping something happens to Coral Castle pretty soon. The NPC isn't too great. It does give you an AR and a blue SMG for dueling him, so a guaranteed 2 guns on drop. It's not too bad. It's a pretty decent one. Also, Rick is now selling the inflatable again and selling the chug cannon, so make sure you go to Rick if you do want either of these items. Buying the chug cannon could be kind of strong for competitive, but when you get it out of llamas for free and it's 500 gold, I don't think it'll be that good. But hey, the inflatable, sorry, it's 600 gold, but the inflatable for 25 is really, really good. So honestly, I feel like if you do want to rotate towards Rick's house, it could be a decent drop spot. And also, you do get the inflatables out of the IO chest. So there's going to be a good chance that a lot of people are finding these very, very often. So unfortunately, that's kind of the main changes. Also, Holly does have another house that's now been taken over by these kind of low gravity. But I know most of you guys, myself included, don't like going in the low gravity zone. Believers Beach, the IO chest that were at the edge of Believers Beach with the car have been removed, I think, but they almost look like a glitch, so I don't know whether they're going to come back. Every time there's an update, Believers Beach and Holly just is weird, like when it's just completely flat, there's always some kind of glitch, so I don't know if it's coming back. It's one of my favorite drops in Arena. If you guys have watched me on stream, it is where I drop almost every game because it's just instantly good loot. I have my teammates drop on the main house, then I back them up, but Believers Beach is pretty broken. I wouldn't be sad to see Believers Beach get nerfed. Right now, it is by far the most OP drop on the map. So I don't know if it's a glitch or whether it's actually getting nerfed. The big change we obviously got in the update, which I've already made a video about, I've been talking about, is this new inventory selector. So it's the preferred item slot. Super simple. All you gotta do is go into your settings. I'll show you here. And it's just that simple. You get to select a slot that you want a gun to be assigned to. Now, when you pick up that gun, it instantly goes into that slot. So if you're like fighting for a chest and you're just scroll wheeling or you're spam picking up, you see a shotgun, you know exactly what button it's gonna be on. If you've just gotten a crazy fight and you're managing inventory and you're grabbing things endgame and you're panicking, it's all gonna go into the right slot. This is really, really awesome. It's such a good quality of life improvement. I've already sung my praises to Epic for putting this in the game. I'm really, really happy they listen to the community who's been asking for this for a while. I would love to see more of these quality of life improvements come out. Just small things that make the game just better and get rid of frustrating issues. We now have this and we have Shakedown canceling this season. Those are two massive changes that led to a lot of frustration. We now get a reconnect feature. Oh, I'm gonna be a very happy man. Now, moving on to the cash cups, kicking off with EU. This is a fantastic cash cup. We had yet again Hen, Janice, and Chapix come out on top on 268 points. 8 matches played, 5 wins with 15 average elims and an average placement of 5. That means this team had a KD ratio, the amount of kills they got for every time they died in the tournament, was 40. Like, this team is ridiculous. Look at this match history. 52 elimination win to kick it off. How do you find 52 players? I genuinely don't understand. So 52 elim win, 9 elim win, 5 elim 11th, 17 elim win, 11 elim win, 1 elim 21st, so really their only throwaway game, and then 11 elim 3rd and a 14 elim win. These guys are genuinely freaks. They are the absolute proof to me that if you're contested in FNCS, you are not winning, because this is the best trio in the world. They were contested, and that's the only reason why they didn't do well in the last FNCS. Other than that, they cannot be stopped. These guys are insane. We had Seti, Kami, and Teak come in second on 232. We then had Freemox team in 212. We had Refsguard and Dreader Savage playing so consistently as always in 210. And if you look at their match history, it's not as insane as Hen, Janice, and Chapix, but still ridiculous. 210 points, 7 matches played, 1 win, but look at the consistency of the placement. An average placement of 3.29. They got a 45 elim win, so they can key as well. Then they got a 5 elim 5th, 6 elim 3rd, 10 elim 3rd, 5 elim 3rd, 10 elim 6th, 11 elim 2nd. When your worst game in 7 games of an EU Trio Cash Cup is 6th, you're doing something right. And that's the kind of playstyle that'll transfer over into FNCS. They are looking fantastic. We also had some other very notable performances. Again, I'm not going to read out all of them. We've got Rezumi's team popping off again as well. We have Milan. We have High Chris's team. I love to see that High Chris's team is now no longer dropping Craggy. So that spawn contestant I just talked about, I don't think we'll have to worry about in FNCS. We do have High Chris going Corny Complex, Hen, Janice, Chapix going Craggy Cliffs. Hopefully both of them pop off. It should be really awesome to see as well. The other one I wanted to point out as well is Floki's team getting 11th again. Sorry, no, Fast Jockey's team getting 11th. Then we had Anas Thomas HD in 14th. We had my favorite. We had Marine now with his new team of Wolfies in 16th. So Wolfies showing up big as well. But we had Mongraal yet again showing up with his new trio, playing with, again, my favorite, Lenny. We had Mongraal, Lenny, and Bad Sniper in 20th on 178 points, 9 games played, 2 victory hours, their first game being a 50 elimination win. I know what you guys are going to say, Aussie, stop hyping up Mongraal so much, man, he came 20th. But again, I can't overstate how ridiculous this is. Going from 2 seasons, not placing at all, really struggling, everyone calling him terrible, saying he's washed, saying he's not good anymore, to coming back and 3 cash cups in a row now, because he just placed in solo cash cups yesterday. He placed in EU Trio Cash Cups today, and they placed 26th in NA East Trio Cash Cups today, just missing out on money. So this is looking like Mongraal's new team, and they're looking fantastic. I love to see it. Moving over to NA East, we had Day, Reverse, and Miro take it out by 1 point, proving that they're back together, they're here to stay, and they're looking insane. 9 matches played, 2 wins, 233 points, with their first game being a 25 elim 6th, nothing crazy. Second game, 6 elim 22nd, nothing great, and then bringing it back with a 45 elim win. And I know I just hyped up about, Janice's team and Savage's team, and I talked about Mongraal's team, all dropping, 45 plus elim games, but Day, Miro, and Verse did it in the 3rd game of a Cash Cup with big teams in their lobby. They had Centered Edgy Commandment in their lobby when they did this. That was insane. It came on the back of, I think, Day in this game had like 20 eliminations by himself, just absolutely popped off, looked ridiculous. Super strong from them. It looks like they have no clashing of personalities. They're not upset at each other over what happened. It looks like they're back and they're here to stay. They just beat out Slackjack and Acorn, which I'm really happy to see them back up there as well. They went quiet at the end of last FNCS and the end of last season. It looks like they're hopefully back now. 232 points. We also had Blake, Scoped, and Okus, another new team on 221. I've been hyping up Scope for a while now. I keep saying it looks like it's his season. It looks like this is his team. And man, I hope I'm right this time. They looked fantastic. It was on the back of 4 huge performances. Their last 4 games was a 6 elim 4th, 11 elim 2nd, 20 elim win, and 13 elim win. So it took some clutching at the end of the tournament, but they did kick off with a 37 elim win as well. They're looking good. We had Niddle Casca smacked. We have my boy Alejandro Zepexi just popping off in solo Cash Cup and trios now, making a name for himself. We had Stretch's team up there. We had Bizzle's new team with Eclipse and Coop. So this is that's 3 very underrated OG players. These are the 3 players that have obviously achieved insane things in their career, but everyone always kind of, gives them a little bit of crap and says they're not good, and it looks like they're working well together. It looks like it's a bit of band of misfits. I'm excited to see how they go as well. We have Shaggy's team and EU team in 8th. We had Gabe Tahi Sprite in 9th. We then had Malabuka in 10th after the EU Cash Cup last week, coming first. Now 10th on NA East, looking really good. We have Teo's team, D-Roller's team, Dom. Again, a lot of teams. I'm not going to run the whole leaderboard. I know the one you're going to ask me about. How is Clix's team looking? Well, Macwood and Bucky are looking great. Clicks isn't. Well, Clicks is. His PC isn't. Clicks has an $8,000 PC apparently that just crashes every second game. I think he crashed 4 or 5 times today. One of the crashes was one of the weirdest I've ever seen. He even came into my stream while I was doing a viewing party to get me to watch the clip. I don't really know how to describe it. He was in the game on his screen and his game, the game kind of like the car flipped and he was stuck and he couldn't move. It was almost like the game glitched, but it was only his game. Macwood and Bucky was still in a game playing normally. His internet didn't go out. He was still in the call with them, but he couldn't move. But whatever the reason, Clicks needs to fix his PC. We were talking about it in stream. I don't know if he's had someone tweak it or if he's had someone work on it. If you guys don't know, a lot of people in the scene have their PCs optimized. I say optimized in inverted commas. I'm sure there's people who do a really good job of it. There's some things you can really do to increase the performance of your PC. You guys have probably seen Jerian's videos. I mean, you can do things as simple as changing the battery settings to be high performance, going into your BIOS and making sure your RAM is at the right speed. But there's some things that tweakers do that push it a little bit far. They start changing game files, going into the registry, and quite often it leads players to crash more often if it's not done right. I don't know if Clicks has had this happen, but I don't know about you guys. I have not crashed at all this season, really. Like, I'll crash because of my internet, but I almost never crash because of Fortnite. They've done massive improvements to crashing this season, so I don't know what's going on with Clicks. For how good his PC is, it's literally the best PC money can buy. He should not be crashing this much. NA West was a weird one. Like I said, it got moved 2.5 hours early, so it was on during NA East. So we got to see just the NA West guys go head to head, which was fantastic. I mean, we didn't really get, the usual where NA East and EU show up and play a bunch, which whatever your opinion is on region lock tournaments, I like seeing that. But it was cool to see the NA West guys play. And what a surprise when it's just NA West. Of course, Arkham Rex and Epic Whale in first on 232 points. eight matches, 4 wins. We had Falconer, Reed, and Christo in second on 215, 9 matches, 3 wins. I don't want to go too much into the leaderboard for NA West though, because there was a lot of queue bugs. A lot of players just weren't getting in games or getting kicked out of games mid-tournament. Reed tweeting out they should reschedule the cup because there was so many glitches. It was a bit of a nightmare, so I don't want to go too much into NA West, but hey, 2 of the biggest teams in the region placed first and second, and I guess no one's really surprised. Alright guys, that was a longer one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on anything I talked about. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.